Good evening. Today is Sunday, November 23rd, 2025, and this is Engaging Systems. I'm coming to you today because some very interesting things have been hitting me, and I just noticed that we have been so overwhelmed and oversaturated with so many different things that we haven't been focusing on the basic. So I'm going to ask a question that was asked of me yesterday from a very dear friend that always keeps me thinking. What does Epstein, the White House, and the stimulus check all have in common? Yes, I at first said Trump myself, and then as we continued to speak, it was a bit deeper than that. The Epstein files are a joke. They are not going to be coming out in full, and they use P. Diddy as part of that as well. Trump has been in office for a moment, and to be quite frank, the files have been erased, and what they have been, what they have still available is going to be redacted, and it's going to be a bunch of hoopla going around that. So, with us all caught up in this holiday season, and I hope you are not spending money out here in this economy. I hope it crashes. So, anyway, that being said, um, we move on to this White House. Trump decided to put in a ballroom. That, in fact, is we, the American people's house. And don't get me wrong, we of indigenous, or as they calling us, of we White House. Say no more. We'll move on. The stimulus. The stimulus checks are going to be issued probably around February. And I say this specifically because that's about the same time that we'll be doing income tax checks, submitting of them and filing, for these income taxes, as well as we'll be getting these stimuluses that they will not be distributing before because they are still arguing, the Republican, Democrats, etc., are arguing over the fact that they don't want to pay children under the age of 18 in this stimulus as they did the previous. As well as the fact that they have to put it on cards since the federal government is now branding the mark of the beast on their checks. Yes, 666 is on their checks. The Social Security Administration could attest to that since they will no longer distribute Social Security checks. They will be on a card, and it's a green card, a green gold card. But anyway, or it gets directly deposited into your bank as they have been doing. I say all of this to say that the $20 bill is now defunct. Yes, all of our American history has been somewhat idolized on all kinds of our U.S. currency. So because I'm going to state what I stated, I'm going to prove what I've stated. So that being said, the only two bills I do not have to show you are the $2 bill and the $50 bill. And the only reason I'm not showing them to you is because I currently don't have them in my possession at the location in which I am taping from. So that being said, you can always verify anything that I'm stating via the U.S. Currency Department.gov. So that being said, I will show you the dollar bill, which has George Washington on the front, and on the back it has the Great Seal of the United States. The $2 bill, as I stated, I do not have currently in front of me, but as I will tell you, it has Thomas Jefferson on the front of it, and on the back it has the signing of the Declaration of Independence. It's a painting because 47 individuals signed it, only 42 could be in the picture. So that being said, that could appear on the bill for the $2 bill. That being said, I will move on to the $5 bill. The $5 bill design, this is the current design as of 2008. The bills I am showing you are current in circulation bills. Um, there are previous bills of the $5 bill, excuse me, sorry, it was below the screen, but $5 bills, these bills are, like I said, online at uscurrency.gov. Now, again, there was a smaller picture, somewhat like George here, where Lincoln was somewhat in a picture frame. etc. But again, this is the 2008 $5 bill. And on the front, you have Lincoln, and on the back of this bill, you have the Lincoln Memorial. We will move on to the $10 bill. On the $10 bill, you have the Secretary of Treasury, Alexander Hamilton, and on that back of the bill, you have the U.S. Treasury Department. On the $20 bill, you have President Jackson, and on the back of this bill, you have the White House. You have the $50 bill that has President Grant on the front, and on the back, it has the U.S. Capitol building. And now we will move on to the $100 bill, of which we have Benjamin Franklin on the front, and this has also gone into circulation in 2013. And on the back of this bill, you have Independence Hall. The reason I bring all of these things up to you is because, again, our $20 bill is defunct. Since our current president, Donald J. Trump, decided to put our White House under construction, this bill no longer depicts our White House. So anybody currently holding the current $20 bill of 2013 circulation, 2003 circulation, keep it. It's going to be worth some money. Take my word for it. You don't have to, but I promise you, it shall and will. That being said, this $20 bill, it'll mean something later, but what is it currently meaning now? Enjoy your Sunday.